Welcome to Creative Introspections, where we present a series of discussions about various approaches and developments in the field of arts therapies. My name is Colin Black, and I'm here with my co-host, Mojca Kasjak.
We have today a very interesting host, Deja Muck, who will be presented fractal drawing method, which is really interesting method coming from Russia. And Deja is an expert in Slovenia for this art therapy method. So hello Deja, we are very pleased, and it's very kind of you that you say yes to offer to us now this knowledge. So you're kindly welcome.
Thank you. I'm Deja, and I've been researching and using the method for just over 5 years. I'm getting to know its power more and more, so I'm very happy. 2 years ago, I published a book in Slovenian language, and it will also be published in English this year. If anyone wants it, let me know. Otherwise, I organize workshops, and since last year I run Fractal School. So creating fractal drawings is very simple. All we need is white paper, A4 format, a black ballpoint pen, and as many wooden crayons as possible. The more we have, the better is, and the desire to move forward in our lives. What is special about this method is that the drawing is done with eyes closed. The originator of the method is Tanzilia Polojahtova. She is a clinical psychologist and family therapist. Her unique therapeutic work combines her diverse knowledge of various scientific fields. She is mainly known for her research in the field of rehabilitation programs and bioenergy information technologies. She is the author of numerous articles and the co-author of the book The Source of Fractal Wisdom, or A New Look at Our Abilities. It was published in 2002. Polojahtova is also the founder of the International Association of Fractal Method. She lives and works in Yekaterinburg, Russia. The fractal drawing method was created on the basis of her research of how to express a person's inner state more accurately. How and in what form can their personality be represented? How can objective depiction of somebody's thoughts and emotions be obtained? The tireless search for these answers led to development of the fractal drawing method, which enables us to locate the sources of deep subconscious traumas in a person, to then help us to understand them in a more profound way. The method, initially named Fractal, was first used in 1991 at seminars devoted to unexploited human potentials and their possible developments. The method is based on brain development programs, color therapy and chromotherapy, and quantum information medicine. The full name of the method is the Fractal Method of Analytical Diagnosis, Prognosis, and Correction of the Human Condition. Who is this method intended for? The method is intended for anyone who wants to improve their quality of life and deal with their life challenges in a more creative way. Practical experience has also shown wonderful results of the use in professions aimed at helping others: psychology, teaching, education, health, etc. Use of the method is not influenced by one's education, talent, or age. It works for both children and adults. Fractal drawings can be made by anyone who can hold a pencil in their hand and color. Over many years of research, the author of the method established that the method heals anyone in a unique way, suitable especially for them. Below are the most common changes: improved health, increased vitality, fewer internal conflicts, balanced emotional state, increased mental and physical activity, alignment with oneself and one's own purpose, reduction of stress, anxiety and depression, development of creative and intellectual potential. In the fractal drawing method, especially while making corrective fractal drawings, we are focusing on the creative process. We are thinking about what kind of drawing to create, what colors to choose, how to carefully color the fields, and so on. We want to create balance and harmony on a sheet of paper, and in the process, we achieve harmony within ourselves. With this kind of drawing, we create a state of active meditation which can be measured in brainwave frequencies. Last year, we made the first measurements and proved that we move from a stressful state to a relaxed state after only a few minutes of drawing. We move from a state where our brain is in high beta wave to an alpha wave, which is a deep relaxation. We all want our life's journey to be easy, but it is not. Our paths are full of crossroads, and often our life changes are difficult. Sometimes we go forward, sometimes we go backward. We react to other people's opinion, to the impulses of the environment. Often we lose connection with ourselves. So, our life paths are fractals which are drawn. Here we can see our life path, which has the shape of fractal. In the fractal drawing method, we use color therapy. The author of the method, Polyachtova, relies on the researcher Dr. Lieberman. Dr. Lieberman claims that virtually all diseases are activated when a body lacks a certain color from the sunlight spectrum. In his many years of research, he discovered that clients responded well to certain color of the spectrum, while other colors produced negative reaction in them, sometimes causing pain and emotional instability. He concluded that the discomfort associated with a certain color corresponded precisely to that part of the body in which a disease began to develop. However, other times the color triggered only a warning pain. Feelings of discomfort, in short, always appeared with the color which was lacking in the body. But on the other hand, the same color triggered joy and satisfaction after the body had healed. Colors that block us are always associated with traumas from the present and past lives and hint at the related problems on the physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual levels. When we transform our traumas, our response to a certain color changes in terms of energy. So, traumas from the past vibrate similar to colors. That is the reason why we begin to eliminate colors from our lives. And Dr. Jacob Lieberman proved that when a person reacts to every color in the same way, this person is in balance. So colors has its own vibration and energy function, and it can be used as medicine. Here we can see images of fractals in nature and in the human body. The canopy of trees has a similar structure to the lighting in the sky. We can see the structures of blood vessels on the body after a lightning stroke. The universe is fractal. On the left side, we see the retina, then the neurons in the brain, and the fractal structures of the lungs. Why the name of the method is fractal drawing method? The founder of fractal geometry is Mandelbrot, a French-American mathematician who realized and presented fractal common characteristics. A major contribution to the understanding of fractality was his book, The Fractal Geometry of Nature, in 1982, in which he described many examples of fractals occurring in nature, from vessels in the human heart, geometry shapes in the plant and animal world, to the path of lighting, rising of cigarette smoke, cars on the road, and even birds of stars in space. Mandelbrot concluded that Euclidean geometry, whose elements are the line, circle, plane, etc., is not suitable for describing nature. It only provides a mathematical description with straight lines and planes on a scale from a few micrometers to millimeters to several meters. Beyond this scale, the geometry of nature prevails, and since the geometry of nature is often fractal, fractal geometry is more appropriate for its description. I will show you now a very short video introduction about fractals.
Today, let's have some fun with fractals. To start with, what are fractals? You've probably seen tons of fractals in nature, but you just did not know that they are fractals. One example is the fern in this image. Here's what a whole fern looks like. Now if we zoom into one leaf, look, it looks like the whole fern. Now let's zoom in even more, and look at this, it looks like the fern again. Some flowers are also fractal. At first sight, if we see this bunch of flowers, we can see that the bunch is made up of many small flowers. But actually, if you look closer, each of the small flowers is made up of even smaller portions. Just the same way that each portion makes up the small flowers, each small flower also makes up the whole bunch. So each of these smaller portions is in fact similar to each of the flowers and even to the bunch.
Okay, I think that it is enough. I would like to go on. So this self-similarity phenomena, it could be seen also on these pictures of initial and corrective fractals. We can easily see the self-similarity phenomena. So the small part is similar to the largest part. At all three pictures, we can see this phenomena. So we can say that the world is fractal, and the human body is also a great fractal reflecting the whole, the universe. Our brains are fractals, so thoughts and memories are just small parts of the same fractal that also reflects the whole. Every organ, every tissue, every cell in the body is permitted by the spirit that connects all the parts, from which it follows that our soul is also fractal. By drawing a fractal, we draw a part of ourselves, a part of a greater whole. We merge with the spirit that connects the mind, the emotions, and the body. Such a drawing shows our life from birth to the end, to the present. And what is the most important here, when we change our fractal drawing, we change the fractal of the universe. Okay, and the fractal drawing method, we know a lot of different types of fractals. So at first we start with initial diagnostic fractal drawings. These are used for analyzing the human inner state. At these fractals, the web is drawn with closed eyes and the colors are chosen also with closed eyes. I have here a short video to see how these doodling-like webs for fractals are made. So the person has their eyes closed, and in 1 minute of drawing, the web is made. Okay, let's go on. Then we have corrective fractal drawings. They are used for correcting our inner state. Then fractal drawings for health, for improved health and recovery. Such drawings are made on paper, the palm, or body. So we talked about body painting. Then we have fractal mandals for balancing and harmonizing, and artistic fractal drawings for developing creativity and artistic expressions. At these fractals, the web is drawn with closed eyes and the colors are chosen with open eyes according to colors meanings and the desired goal. Here we can see some examples. The first one here is a corrective fractal drawing. Then here is a fractal drawing for health, hand of health. And here we have 2 artistic fractal drawings. So at all of these types of fractals, the web is drawn with closed eyes. So at first, we always start with the first step, so with drawing initial fractal. On the base of initial fractals, we get multidimensional information about the person. The process of analysis is very complex and it has a lot of layers. We analyze the background of the fractal, then the shape of a line, size of fractal, its position, form, outline, size of fields, and at the end we are focused on colors. After analyzing, the first step is the process of correction, where we made corrective fractal drawings. In the pictures, we see examples of webs drawn by people. As I already mentioned, the uniqueness of this method is the making of all basic doodle-like webs of fractal drawing with closed eyes. When a person closes their eyes, their attention turns inwards. In this way, one becomes aware of oneself and can actually draw a portrait of one's own soul. Drawing with closed eyes has a therapeutic effect in itself, as it relaxes, calms, and diminishes the need for control. Webs were drawn one after the other. In workshops, we always make 2 or 3 webs. Again and again, we are amazed at how similar they are. Why? The line drawing, the web, tells us the flow of our thoughts. If we trust the subconscious to guide our hand, we get similar webs. So, the only task is to turn off the analytical mind and drawing the basic doodle-like web and surrender completely to the subconscious. So we can see on all of these pictures self-similarity phenomena, which are important for fractals, and how the fractals looks like very similar for each separate person. After drawing the web, we colored it. So here we can see 3 initial fractals colored. The colors are chosen with closed eyes. When all the fields are colored, the drawing can be analyzed. Colors shows us our emotional state. I would like to present you now just one very small part of analysis focused on different size of fields. So here we can see 3 fractals. The first one has a lot of large fields, the second one a lot of medium-sized fields, and the last one a lot of small fields. What is their meaning? Large fields symbolize one's attitude towards other people, care for them, and successful communication with them. Large fields indicates a well-meaning, warm person, one who may even be too open and sociable, yet at the same time naive and vulnerable to external influences. Such people, for the sake of taking care of others, usually forget about themselves and have no contact with their own self, and those don't sense their intuition. Despite their kindness, they can often be hurt or disappointed. Medium-sized fields indicate a stable character and an openness towards others. If medium-sized fields, which are carefully colored, prevail, this indicates a responsible person who likes to work according to rules. Many medium-sized fields indicate a person's analytical abilities, but it can also indicate boring, monotonous, non-dynamic, and inflexible characteristics. If medium-sized fields prevail, this person lives in the framework of rules. However, such people are not connected with their inner self. The prevailing and then at the last picture we can see the fractal with a lot of small fields. The prevailing quality of small fields means that the person strives for self-improvement. We can expect significant results from such people because they don't only use what the system gives them, but they also try to offer something back to the world. Small fields indicate intense inner work. As I have already mentioned, the analysis is very complex process. I present now only one smart, which relates to size of fields. They have several meanings. Small fields shows our past, medium-sized fields shows our present, and large fields show our future. Furthermore, large fields represent our physical body, medium ones our emotional body, and the small ones our mental body. In corrective fractal drawing, it is desirable that all fields, small, medium, and large, be present in approximately equal amounts. So here we can see the process, the workflow from the start to the end. So at first we start with initial fractal, and then we go to the process of correction and make corrective fractal drawings. So we have to know that lines shows us our own behavior, shows the flow of our thoughts. With changing the line, we change our mind. Colors, on the other side, gives us the information about emotional state. and with changing the color, we change our emotional state. So this is the process of, we can say, self-correction. And again, initial fractal, they show inner unconscious states, self-portraits of the soul. And with corrective fractals, we erase stereotypes, false beliefs, and draw a new picture of ourselves. What is very important to emphasize here is that if we want to make changes in our lives, we must first increase our energy. Then we set a goal in our mind and already feel it in our body. It is important to establish coherence in the wave between thoughts and feelings, or between the brain and the heart. Fractal drawing can be very helpful in this, as it makes it easier for us to achieve and also maintain a coherent state. In the picture, we see how the correction process affects the brain. So here we can see initial fractal, which is very, very small, full of low vibration lines. When we change the line, we can see these changes. So from straight to the wave line. Neurons are activated that have never been activated before, and new neural networks began to build up that are healthier for us. By changing the line, we begin to consciously change the subconscious mind. We become the creators of our lives. So we can see here very small portion of neurons are activated and make neural networks. And here, after process of correction, a lot of neurons are activated and new neural networks begin to build. Finally, I would like to mention the results of the study we conducted last year with 15 participants. We used Kilian's camera to measure emotional stress, energy, organ imbalances, and chakra alignment. Measurements were taken before drawing and after 2 hours of drawing process. We proved stress decreased, energy levels increased, organ imbalances decreased, and chakra alignment improved for all participants. So here we can see the picture on the left side shows us the chakras alignment before drawing. It was really very bad alignment because the optimal alignment is here in the middle. And also the chakras are very small, so with very low energy. After 2 hours of drawing, the alignment is much better, and the energy in all chakras increase, so they become bigger.
Thank you. Any questions?
Hello.
Yes.
So maybe I was thinking, so can you do this on your own, and so like self-therapy maybe you can try out alone, or do you need to go to an strokovnjak?
No, you can do it alone, yes, but it's fine to have support, because if you are doing alone, your web I think that it will stay a little bit, maybe it will a little bit change, but not as much as need. So it's fine to have like a supervisor to support you, and it's a more powerful process.
And I was also questioning how much is there in the session with the client, how much of questioning and talking, or is there any of it, or is it just drawing? And
no, I organize workshops, and we have at first introduction module, which included three parts. So each part is 3 hours long, and yes, I work with the group, but we have each week Zoom meetings, and the groups are very small, and we are all connected, and we are all supported each other. And we also have, beside these Zoom meetings every weekend, we have also a Facebook closed group. So when you draw a fractal, you just put on the Facebook group, and we all argument it, and so you get immediately information, what is fine, what is maybe for the next corrective fractal to include it. So it's fine because you get really very good support, and I have now 3 live groups, and we are all connected, and it is very, very nice support and nice working process. So I can say, yes, it's almost individual work, but we are all connected and support each other.
Okay, and this literature that you were naming, is there something else maybe that you would suggest for us to read about fractal drawing?
So it till now is my book, some articles, but so okay, from Tanzania is also her book, but for each modules and also for fractal schools, I prepare scriptas. I have a lot of material, and all workshops are supported with materials. And but yes, it was not published yet, but all participants are supported also with enough material for process of self-correction.
Okay, thank you. I think the time is running out. Our time is running out. Is there any more questions? If it's not, thank you for your participation. Thank you for the wonderful lecture there. It was really nice to host you with such a new informations and knowledge about this method. It would be nice to have maybe next meeting somewhere in the future, a little bit of experiment, but anyway, as you mentioned, you have your own school, and if anybody can join you, are welcome, I suppose. So thank you.
Yes, thank you for invitation.
Thank you so much, Deja.
Thank you.
Okay.
See you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you have some questions, you can email me. Here is my mail. You can contact me. I will be very happy and I will also answer you. Thank you again and bye.